Welcome, fellow babies, to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We hope you're watching this real time and you're getting it on the SIFTD network. You're getting it as a Patreon patron. You have linked your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. You can get it through Twitch. If you're watching a week late on YouTube, that's because you can't get your act together to keep Shane in production dollars so he can keep making this show. I'm getting nothing out of it, but we appreciate your patronage. If you can be a Patreon patron, please do so. If you are an Amazon Prime member, and there's only 200 million of those, so odds are you are one, try to link your Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. We can get paid. You can subscribe through YouTube as well. Plenty of ways to help us out. And if not, you're getting it a week late. We ask at a minimum you follow Shane on Twitter at Dinfire. Follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Question from SIFTD from Derek D111, my boy Derek, double D. In light of Microsoft's Xbox Live pricing flip-flop, how do major gaming companies still make such boneheaded mistakes? Why don't they hire, a few 25-year-olds to tell them when they're about to do something really stupid? Really, really insightful question. I wish I could tell you, and let me get political here. We have a senator in Texas, Ted Cruz. He literally got up at the rally on January 6th, the Trump rally, the Stop the Steal rally, and he exhorted the crowd to go march on the Capitol and show Congress that they weren't going to put up with their, with a fraudulent election. They should go fight. Then they went and did it, and they killed people, and nobody seems to care that Ted Cruz incited an insurrection. But we get to the Texas freeze in mid-February, and Ted Cruz books a vacation to Cancun, and now people are asking him to resign from Congress. So, it's amazing to me that people think they can get away with things that are actually sedition, actually illegal. You really go to jail for them, and they do get away with it. But then they take a vacation during a cold spell and go someplace warm, and then they can't get away with it. So I'm saying this to answer your question. Microsoft didn't think anybody would notice that they were going to raise the price of Xbox Live. And the way they rolled it out, if you remember, they said that current members would be grandfathered, but they weren't clear if that meant for a year or in perpetuity. So I actually remember writing something up on this going, gosh, I just renewed in June. I paid, and I literally renewed about a week before they got rid of the $60 annual subscription. But I literally just renewed at $60, and then they raised the price, I think, to $9.99 a month, and they got rid of the annual subscription. And I'm like, so do I get to pay $60 or do I go to $9.99? Like, I don't even know what I'm grandfathered for. And man, they got so much crap that obviously they rolled back. I don't even know if we can still pay $60. I have no idea. I think I can, but I'm not even sure. It's like, so the answer to your question is they've been messing this up since they started. I am kind of baffled why anybody pays for Xbox Live. And I say that, I'm not suggesting that Xbox Live as a service isn't a valuable service. I just understand why Microsoft and Sony think they have a right to sell you internet access. I mean, who charges you internet access fees? Does Google charge you to look stuff up? No. Does Amazon charge you to go look at products on Amazon if you don't buy them? No. Why do I have to be charged by Microsoft to do something? I'm already paying an internet service provider. I don't get it. So yes, I know they have dedicated servers. So does AWS. I don't get it. So the point is that they should be charging your internet service provider, and your internet service provider should be charging you the same amount. So, and the point is, if I never go on Xbox Live and you're on it 10 hours a day, your internet bill should be higher than mine. You shouldn't be paying Microsoft directly. You should be paying your internet provider because you're dominating the damn, airwaves. So again, I think this whole thing is anachronistic. I think it is an old concept that you're going to pay the console manufacturer. And I think that's why you see people migrating to PC usage, because they can. And, it doesn't take very many years of $10 a month Xbox Live before that NVIDIA GeForce, whatever the newest thing is, looks pretty damn affordable. So I don't understand it either. But yes, bad rollout. Somebody's head rolled. Somebody got fired. It was really, really stupid. And the crazy thing is, you don't even need to hire the 25-year-olds. Do a focus group. What would you say if we roll? What does this ad copy mean to you? Just ask 5 random people, what does this mean, and see what they say. And I get that they're afraid there'll be a leak, but I'm more offended that they rolled all the way back, like no harm, no foul, than I am, the way they rolled it out the first place. And I guess the easy answer to your question is Microsoft's done something in the last 10 years with their core business, which is selling you operating systems, Windows operating systems and Office. And it used to be that you would buy a PC and you would pay, like $3.99 or something for Microsoft Office. Now you pay something like $95 a year, and you don't pay $3.99. You can pay $3.99, but you pay $95 a year for Office 365. And I never did it. I always paid the $3.99 because I might keep a PC for 5 or 6 years, and I would be like, well, $400 for 6 years is a better deal than $95 a year for 6 years. Until my kids got into high school and they started, and I can't even name the programs they need to use, but there's all these weird Microsoft products that I've never heard of, and they weren't part of my Office subscription. Weird things that I didn't even know existed. And that's when I switched over. Anyway, they've converted us all to Office 365 forever, and they don't care. And that keeps me from ever worrying about when I upgrade my PC. It's not an incremental cost, so I do it more frequently. It's actually smart of them. And they're doing the same thing with Xbox. So their idea was, we can come up with a new service, Game Pass. We can come up with the old service, Xbox Live. We can nominally say, if you subscribe to Game Pass and Xbox Live, and we're going to call this Game Pass Premium, we will charge you $15 a month instead of $10 a month for Game Pass on a standalone basis. And for $15 a month, it's like paying $60 for Xbox Live, $5 a month times 12. And we need to show people that that's the best option, because if you don't do that, it's $10 a month. So that's what they were really trying to do. They weren't really trying to raise price on any of us. They were really trying to force everybody to subscribe to Game Pass. So that was the point behind the pricing debacle. And same thing with an Xbox. They're like, hey, you want a new Xbox? Not $14.99 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. I think it's called Ultimate. Instead, $34.99. You get a free Xbox for $34.99 and Xbox Live and Game Pass. And what's that turn out to? It's only 2 years. At the end of 2 years, your price drops to $14.99, which means you're paying $20 extra per month times 24 months, $480. You're saving $19 on your Xbox when you buy it that way. And of course, if you don't have $500, it's a really good deal. So I can't give you the real NPD numbers because I'll get in trouble. But if you saw the NPD numbers, and I'll just give you kind of a good round number, there were 1.3 million around, 1.3 or 1.4 million Xboxes, maybe 1.5, 1 point something million Xbox Series X and S sold in the US in November, December. It was over 1.3 million. I think it's 1.4 or 1.5, but a big number. The total software sales for Xbox Series X for the month of December was under $10 million. And that means, and I'll just give you real easy math, if 1 million units of software were sold at $60, that's 60 million. So way fewer than 1 million units were sold. I will just say arbitrarily, fewer than 100,000 units of software were sold. So how is that possible? 1 point something million people bought an Xbox, and only, did I say 100,000? Yeah, only 100,000 of them bought a piece of software. That's not possible. How is that possible? The answer is all 1.5 million of them had software. They just got it through Game Pass. So what that's telling you is the Game Pass subscription is immensely successful. And what Microsoft's trying to do is make it even more attractive by raising the price of Xbox Live, so that you look at the $5 incremental cost as part of your Game Pass Ultimate subscription and go, Oh, bargain, I'm doing that. That's all they're trying to do. And it isn't to sell you Xbox Live, it's to sell you Game Pass. So Microsoft has been brilliant. I think in their most recent earnings call, they said 18 million Game Pass members as of the end of December. And they're doing some other funky stuff. Like if you're Game Pass $10, you don't get EA games, but if you're Game Pass Ultimate, you do. And again, so that $5 extra a month, which is Xbox Live anyway, and you want EA FIFA to play Ultimate Team or Madden or hockey or whatever, of course you're going to do it. So the whole thing is to get you to do Game Pass. That's the point. So answer, sure, 25-year-olds would have said it's stupid. I have to be honest with you. I actually forgot about this till you asked the question, and it was a whopping month ago or something. So it's one of those things that, you know, like Ted Cruz, everybody forgot that he actually incited, overthrowing the U.S. government the day that people tried to do it. But they will never forgive him for going to Cancun when it's cold in Texas. So this is Microsoft. Like, we will overlook the big stuff they do that's really bonehead, but we can't overlook the small stuff that they do that they quickly repair. That's just how the world works. People are stupid. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor. If you are watching real time because you're a Patreon patron, thank you so much. If you have linked your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account and we're getting paid from Amazon, free to you, thank you so much. If you are subscribing through YouTube, thank you so much. If you're a freeloader watching this a week late, please understand that the only reason Shane does this is because I don't get paid and I want people to have access to this. But at a minimum, you must follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter, follow Shane at Dinfire, follow Sifted at Sifted Games. That's it. Pachter out.